Hi guys. I never really do reading blogs because I feel like I have to get ready and I have to look presentable because I'm literally going to be on the internet. But you know what? I'm going to show you guys how I read and everything. A day in my life of reading. I decided I wanted to start reading Legend since it's a reading vlog and I'm taking you through, a day in my life in reading. Before reading a book, I usually go on TikTok and I search the aesthetic up of the book. So for example, Legend book aesthetic. All these Pinterest images. There's another one that I just saw. I know it's not clear, but just know that the images are really cool. I just started reading it. I'm reading the first mission right now. I will let you know what I think. So I'm up to page 8 and I'm just dumbfounded because our world is literally going to be a dystopian novel. I'm over here reading this book and I'm like, it doesn't sound any different in the world that we live in today. So they explain the point system for the trial. If you get 1,500 points, you join the military. With a score that high, who knows what will follow along. The book says like money, power, blah, blah, blah. If you score between 1,450 and 1,499, then you get instant access to 6 years of high school. Then you get to choose between 4 top universities, and then join happiness follows, right? Then if you get a good score between 1,250 and 1,449, you get to continue high school, and then you're assigned to a college, which is not bad. You squeak by with a score of 1,000 and 1,249. Congress bars you from high school. You join the poor, like Day's family, as we're reading right now, and you'll probably either drown while working the water turbines or get steamed to death by the power plants. And then the book just explains how, awful it is. It really is awful, because they make the parents sign a contract giving the government full custody over, these kids, the poor kids. Your parents have to nod, agree, you get money and one less mouth to feed, as the book says. It's reminding me of Divergent a little bit. There's a disease, right? And there's infected people with blood. They go from house to house, marking these houses down with X's. It's very interesting because it starts off with Day's family and we get to know all the characters, and it just proves to show how his family is going to be very important, which is not what I was expecting. I'm gonna be just brutally honest with you guys. I'm a bit stressed, have a lot going on, and I don't know about you, but when I'm stressed, I find it hard to concentrate on reading a book. And whenever I'm stressed and I am reading, I feel like I'm being unproductive, if that makes sense. So it's like I could be in the middle of reading this book, all of a sudden I dissociate and I start thinking about life and how stressed I am. And I think that just takes away the pure enjoyment of reading books, because I want to read books without feeling like it's being unproductive, because that's something that benefits you at the end of the day, because you gain insight and knowledge from reading books. The only time and the only book that I never ever feel unproductive by reading is the Bible. I can read the Bible, feel so productive after reading it. I feel like it feeds my soul, it feeds my spirit. And so I'm just gonna take a break from reading Legend for a second, and I'm just gonna go and start annotating my Bible. This one I bought when I was like a teenager. It's the Girls Life Application Study Bible. It brings these things. It brings a I Survived, which is testimonies from young girls, life application notes, foundations for your faith, what now, is it okay, spotlight on, book introductions, which is amazing and I love them, life lessons, memory verses, which are verses that you should memorize, and charts and maps. This one I got when I turned 15 in my quinceañera, Precious Moments Holy Bible, and it has my name. They literally put my name in it. Do you see this? Because it's iconic. This is the ICB version, which is International Children's Bible. This is the Bible that got me in my English reading journey, Bible-wise, and it was a good transition to reading NLT, which became my new favorite Bible version. So yeah, this one's NLT. Then I got this one because I love watching Ray Comfort on YouTube, and it's the Evidence Study Bible, all you need to understand and defend your faith, because I'm someone who loves defending my faith, and I love listening to debates. I really do. One, I love to gain insight from other people's point of views, and second, I want to defend Jesus because I love Jesus and I'm a huge Jesus stan, of course. This is the NKJV, New King James Version. Let me just show you something that I saw that's so cool that I want, and it's from the Library of Stamp. Have you seen those? They have it on Amazon. They look like this, and I'm like, if I let someone borrow a book, I need that. It's been a couple of hours later and God literally showed up, guys. This is why I always trust God, man. He literally showed up. He made my day. He knows exactly what it is, what he did. When you set your eyes on the Lord, all things work together for your own good. That's my favorite verse, Romans 8:28. I never done a reading vlog based on one book. I've never done it before, and I want to see how it goes, how long it would be, and if I would ramble off or not, like how I always say I do. So for those of you who love Legend, have read it like 3 times, as you commented down below. I hope you like my reaction, my first time reacting to this book. I'm always taking aback now every time I read that the character is like 15, but then again, it's a YA book, so what do I expect? You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because years ago when I was reading books that were YA that were my age at the time, I would think nothing about it. And I would be like, yes, representation matters. But now I'm 20 and I'm like, whoa, what am I doing reading YA? But YA is good for many reasons, and you don't necessarily have to relate to a book to read it. You can learn so much from every age. Let's read! Remember I spoke to you about the X marking on the door and how that usually means someone has a disease and was infected, right? They came into Day's house. They took hours and hours and they were like, yo, what's going on? The mom's coughing a little bit, right? And so they did something different. Like they came out expressionless. They marked the X on the door, but they put a vertical line in the middle of the X. Bro, what's about to happen? Oh my gosh, no one talks to me. Thank you for saving me. I love my dog, bro. I wanted to thank you guys first and foremost for 401 subscribers, guys. I literally can't believe it's real. I'm so grateful for you guys. You guys have been nothing but the sweetest people ever. I hope that with this channel, you can kind of see a lot of growth within me and friendships and just all types of relationships. It's so crazy to think, but I started my channel when I was 18 and now I'm 20, so it's literally gonna be like 2 years of actually sticking to my channel. I first and foremost only make videos because I love making videos, not because I want to grow, but the fact that a lot of you guys are interested in my videos just makes me want to keep on going, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much. These bookmarks right here with different types of colors. My sister actually had ordered these as a replacement of a package that she thought was completely lost. She just got it. I'm gonna show you the original one that I wanted for Christmas. It has an A and it's green. It's embroidered, and yeah, this is it. I just want to open it with you guys firsthand. What's happening here? Wait a minute. Oh my gosh, I thought you were able to take off the back. You can't. That has to stay, but okay. It's not completely bad. Not at all. Now we can get started. They just met Matthias. Matthias is staring at him like, you seem familiar. So let's see what happens. It's getting good. It is 11:08. And I decided to show you guys my little night reading routine. I have this book lamp. This is how it looks. They lied to June. And they said that Matthias died when he's clearly not dead. I mean, they just stabbed him with a knife. That's it. But like, it wasn't even that deep. It wasn't even on his chest or anything. I believe it was in like his shoulder or something. Yeah, my knife hits him hard in the shoulder and he falls backward with a thud. Day's chapter ends with him seeing a girl like faintly at a distance. I think it might be June. Hi guys, I woke up today very sick, and so I'm like, that would be a very good excuse to just basically finish this in one sitting. I wanted to show you the gifts. My mom just came back from Guatemala, and look how cute this is. A little bracelet. It's giving angsty Olivia Rodrigo vibes. She also bought me a típico dress. Típico means unique, and it means unique to the culture. And so this is my culture's design. They handcrafted this, and it's so cute. They're like daisies, and they made this by hand, and I'm totally gonna wear this. Day's also going through it as well. His cousin Tess found him in the sewers. Bobbed haircut. Ugh, I wish. Every time I grow my hair out, I'm like, I need to cut it. What did I just read? Why he calling her cousin? And then next page he's like, it's kind of a shame. If I weren't busy hunting for information, I'd take my time with this girl, chat her up, and maybe get a kiss or 3 out of her. Excuse me? He out here calling everybody cousin. No, but Tess is actually his family though, right? Because I thought Tess was his sister and he called her cousin. So is that just like term of endearment or something. It says cousin is used as a slang term of endearment. Wait, and then I just searched up if Day and Tess were siblings, and they're literally not. They're just friends. Why did it end like that? Day's chapter basically ends with him saying that he has an appointment to keep and he's walking to the financial district. And then June starts the chapter saying, I'm heading to the Arcadia Bank where I'm supposed to meet Day. So you just casually make them meet each other and you don't tell me how they got in contact? Unless they don't know that it's each other. They probably thinks that it's a guy because June is wearing gender neutral clothing. Oh, they're explaining it right now. They do think that it's the guy that's looking for Day and the guy that has cures. Obviously, why didn't I just put the pieces together? I'm kind of slow. So they like kind of mad, but not really. Mary Lou is teasing us. I just read how Day and Tess met for the first time ever. It was so cute and so sad at the same time. It is night. Ignore my hair, but June is like living life as a lake citizen and she's basically passing as a lake citizen. So her chapter ends with her coming across a skiz fight. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And anyways, the next chapter starts with Day. So remember I talked to you about that girl that Day was like, oh, she's kind of cute. But anyway, she's the bartender girl. So she is choosing her next opponent. Cade has already won a match and Cade is the bartender. Alright, so the first girl was not June and Cade beat her up. And they bet on Cade. They secured that bag. They're like, who's next? Who's next? I think June is next. Oh my gosh, stop. The crowd was literally pushing Tess and they really wanted Tess to fight. And Day was like worried because obviously Tess, she's scared, bro. Day is also scared for her. But just as it is about to happen, a voice rings out from below. He pauses. Some girl has made her way to the front of the ring where she stares at Cade. She rolls her eyes. Doesn't seem like a fair fight. She calls that is June! Cade laughs. There's a brief silence. Then Cade shouts back, who the do you think you are talking to me like that? Think you're better? It's not a curse. They just say HE double hockey sticks, okay? For a second, it seems like the crowd's attention has made her uncomfortable and I'm ready to dismiss her as a real contender until I study her again. No, this girl is nothing like the last one. She's hesitating not because she's afraid to fight or because she fears losing, but because she's thinking, calculating. She has dark hair tied back in a high ponytail and a lean athletic build. Something about this girl, I don't know what it is, but her eyes burn in the light, and although it's hot and might be my imagination, I think I see a small smile on the girl's face. I'm grateful to this mystery girl for helping Tess out, but with my money on the line, I decide to play it safe. But the instant the new girl steps into the circle and I see her stance, I know I've made a big mistake. Cade strikes like a bull, a battering ram. This girl strikes like a viper. So we got Day's point of view. Let's read June's. She's like, I'm not worried about losing this fight. I'm worried that I'll accidentally kill my opponent. Cade cheated, bro. She stabbed her. She's like, no rules? So be it. Freaking get her. Get her, June, get her! June tried running away. Someone literally grabbed her, shoved her back into the crowd. Anyways, there's a voice telling her to get up. And when she looks at her side, she sees a boy holding out his hand towards her. He has bright blue eyes, dirt on his face, and a beat-up old cap on. And at this moment, she thinks he might be the most beautiful boy she's ever seen.
She's pretty in a way that distracts me just like she did in the Skiz ring. No, pretty's not the right word. Beautiful. And not only that, but she reminds me of someone. At this moment, all I'm thinking about is what I'd give up for the chance to kiss her or to run my fingers through her dark hair.
He called her beautiful. And he also said he wanted to kiss her. It's so interesting seeing their dynamic. They don't know about each other yet. So right now they're like complete strangers. I think they suspect that one another is keeping secrets, you know what I'm saying? But they haven't admitted anything yet. So yes, if anything like mind-blowing happens, I'm gonna update you. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna keep reading and reading to speed the process up. Stop, they have me kicking and giggling. It's like dark outside, it's night. And so he keeps guiding Tess and June. Obviously June is still injured, and like Day knows whenever she's thirsty. And anyway, this is the part, right? Look, this is the part that got to me. So basically, he starts unbuttoning his vest. And then June starts blushing, and she's like, thank God it's dark outside, right? So she's like, I'm not cold and I'm not bleeding. And then she tells him, keep your clothes on. And then the boy looks at her, amused, which is Day. And he's like, who said anything about you, sweetheart? He takes off his vest, folds it neatly, and places it on the ground next to one of the trash bin's wheels. Tess sits down and unceremoniously rests her head on it. She clears her throat. Of course. And she ignores Day's low laugh. It was for freaking Tess, bro. It wasn't for her. Don't get ahead of yourself, sis. That's funny, bro. Aww. June is like, she seems fragile. And he's like, yeah, but she's tougher than she looks. He's so close to my face now that I can feel his breath against my cheek. I swallow. He draws a little nearer. For an instant, I think he might kiss me. Day. I almost kissed the girl last night. But nothing good can come out of falling for someone on the streets. T. I did not expect Day to be very bold. He's like, I don't know if anyone's ever told you this, but you're very attractive. I could see the same about you, in case you didn't know. Well, I think you've had too much wine, my friend. A little sleep will do you good. I take a breath before he touches his lips to mine. He pushes me against the wall and kisses me harder. Whoa, what in the YA is this? So Day, out of like instinct, grabbed his neck because he had a necklace that he had lost, which June has his pendant. She's like, that's when I remember, with a nauseating feeling, the pendant in my pocket. Day's pendant. Alright, so June is now chasing Day. She's angry at herself because she basically kissed the guy who murdered her brother. So it's about to go down. I didn't know this, but there's like audiobooks of Legend on YouTube. I went to 141, I think.
And fall to my knees. Have the streets of Lake turned me into some... He pushes me against the wall and kisses me.
I remember that part. Alright, found the chapter I'm in. I'm gonna listen to this audiobook, speed it up. Oh no, she just reported Day's family. Like, that's so mean. Because what does Day's family have to do with him? You could have literally lied, said, oh, I found Day at this place, like where they took her. Now they're gonna do something to the family. I'm so mad at June right now. I'm so mad at her. And the way that Day described her too. He was like, something seems different about the girl this morning. Last night she was as into me as I was into her, but today she's distant, withdrawn. Have I done something to piss her off? Is piss a bad word? Because I am just so used to saying it. My sister's like, that's a bad word. Don't say that. I don't think so. Do you think it's bad? I feel like I'm furious is more professional, but I'm more of a Gen Z slang talker, and not intentionally, it just happens to come naturally to me. And so I'm like, I'm so pissed right now. Anyways, let's keep reading. Ready? It all makes sense now. Oh my gosh, because in the beginning they was saying how like his mom doesn't know whether he's alive or not, and I'm like, what do you mean? You literally go see her all the time. Now we just found out that he's Daniel. He just revealed himself to his mom, and his mom and John are like shocked, and I'm shocked that his name is Daniel, because I'm like, whoa. I'm not even sure how much I missed. I'm trying not to spoil because Google is like literally trying to spoil right now. I literally thought John was Day's mother's boyfriend, but John is literally Day's older brother. So I was like, yo, when did we find out that John is Day's brother? I do remember him saying that he does look like him a little bit older. Yeah, so for John, an early birthday gift. My older brother turns 19 later this week. John's the only one who knows I'm alive, and he's promised not to tell Mom or Eden. Oh my gosh! Focus when you read, girl. How could you miss such an important thing? I normally read things like really good. Maybe when I read that day, I was not feeling good because how could I miss such an important information? I knew that he was like spying on his mom though. I knew that. I just totally forgot who John was. I totally forgot who John was. It's so funny. I was like, who is John in Legend? And they're like, John Legend is something years old. I'm like, not John Legend.
Eyes. Those dark gold-flecked eyes. The young captain named Matthias. The one I'd escaped from on the night I raided the Los Angeles Central Hospital. He had the same exact eyes. Matthias must be her relative. I quickly scanned the faces of the other soldiers, wondering if Matthias himself is here as well.
I knew it! I knew he was innocent. You see, he said, wondering if Matthias himself is here as well. Meaning he didn't kill him. You can't stay there forever, the commander shouts up at me. We've tried your tactic. Now let's try mine. She turns to the dark-haired captain and nods once. I have no time to stop what happens next. The captain lifts his gun and points it at my mother. Then he shoots her in the head. Thomas shoots her? How could you be so smart yet so ignorant? Like, June, you're smart, bro. You know how the government works, bro. You know how everything works. I guess they're gonna confront each other. The girl is gonna be Day, but the girl knows who Day is now. Well, not entirely, right? But Day doesn't know anything about the girl or her name. And so now they're gonna meet while he's held captive. Hold up. Who is this girl? She is not the June that I know. What happened? She out here hitting him with a gun and stuff. I mean, like, yes, I know that you think that he killed your brother, but where's that empathy that you had for him, like, not so long ago? You tell her, Day. He goes, I'm telling you that you got your facts wrong. I didn't kill your brother, but you killed my mother. Oh yeah, because she didn't know that it was his mother. No, she must have known because she did research and she found that his name is Daniels. Okay, so maybe she's playing a sort of game. Because, I mean, like, they're hearing their whole conversation right now. June just whispered that she was sorry about his mother to him. I'm starting to think that maybe, like, it's like a whole performance stunt, you know what I'm saying? I gotta put like some warnings in here because I'm using a lot of vocabulary that's like very violent. I don't support this. It's just a book. It's just a dystopian book. So we're starting to realize what all these doors are for. Like, he's been seeing a lot of numbers on things, and so he was like, what if it's not an accident that Eden got the plague, and what if it's no accident when anyone gets it? So he's starting to believe that the government is giving people the plague on purpose. We could honestly, like, if we really wanted to, finish it by today. Alright, so we finally see all the documents, and now June is suspecting that Day's trial score is a lie. She can't believe that it's 674. She's like, he's too smart for that. He's well spoken for. Most people that she's known that had failed it have only gotten like 850, but higher than 674. So she's about to get into the system to see. She confirms that something is very odd. There are no red marks. In fact, every single one of his answers is untouched. It takes her an hour to go through all of them, and each answer matches. When she reaches the end of his trial document, she sees the separate scores for his interview and physical sections. Both are perfect. The only thing that's weird is a brief note written next to his interview score. Attention. Day didn't fail his trial. Not even close. In fact, he got the same score that she did. He got 1,500 out of 1,000. I know, right? Out of 1,500. She's no longer the Republicans' only prodigy with a perfect score. Now, why did they do my boy Day like that? Why did they do my boy Day like that? Oh my gosh. I shipped that. I'm kidding. Now she's like, the math ain't mathing. So he probably didn't kill my brother. And you're right. You're right, sis. What do they want with his family and himself? I mean, like, he got a perfect score. They lied about him killing Matthias. I know he's like a felon because he had to steal a few things here and there to basically survive, but I'm thinking that it's more deeper than that. And honestly, he wouldn't have done that if you would have just given him the resources that he should have gotten in the first place, because he passed the test. I don't know what he experienced, like what traumatic event he experienced by taking the trial, but I think he remembers like something poking in his eyes. June finally tells Day her name. I knew it was wasn't crazy. So she stares at one of the blemishes in his eyes, a ripple in an otherwise ocean blue iris. She's like, how did you get that thing in your eye, that imperfection? And then Day laughs and says that imperfection was a gift from the Republic. She's like, what do you mean? I've been in the lab of the Central Hospital before. On the night I took my trial. What did I tell you? They injected something. And his old knee injury, the Republic gave him that too. Why would they want to damage someone who got a perfect 1500 on his trial score? What are you talking about? I failed my trial. He doesn't know either. Ha! I don't know anyone who's ever gotten a 1500. I crossed my arms. I did. He raises an eyebrow at me. You did? You're the prodigy with a perfect score? And apparently, so are you. His knee, they must have wanted to study his unusual physical abilities, his speed and agility. His eye, maybe it wasn't an injection, but an extraction, something to test why his vision was so sharp. Also, there are some kind of like powers. They wanted to develop those tissue samples into something, pills, contact lenses, whatever could improve our soldiers to make them run faster, see better, think smarter, or endure harsher conditions. That's probably what they put in the vaccines, and that's probably why he doesn't get sick. Basically, I'm up to the chapter where Thomas goes in to question Day about the Patriots. Thomas obviously hates Day, right? So they get into a little disagreement, and I really don't like his response. He's like, you think you're a star? Let me tell you a secret. I'm from a poor sector too, but I follow the rules. I worked my way up. I earned my country's respect. The rest of you people just sit around and complain and blame the state for your bad luck. Bunch of dirty, lazy cons. Like that, oh my gosh. It triggered me so bad. It's night, but I can't turn on the light in my room because it flickers and it's gonna bother me so much. This guy Thomas is so jealous of Day that he literally said that he forced himself upon June, which is actually incorrect. Sorry if like when I'm speaking I kind of like roll my eyes or I kind of don't show any like emotion. I think I'm a very calm, collected type of person, and sometimes it can come across as like being careless or seeming uninterested. My socialization skills are so bad, guys. All my life I've struggled with social anxiety, and so like I feel like I'm kind of better at that. Part of it still stuck with me, like my expressions, for example. Sometimes when I'm very nervous, I look away, I kind of like roll my eyes a little bit, but I'm just like making sure that you know that, because I see it a lot in my videos where like I make these expressions or I blink a lot, and it's just genuinely a part that stuck with me from that social anxiety. I'm working through it. I'm way better at it now, but here and there like I do get nervous. Anyways, let's stop talking about myself. I just wanted you guys to know that because, you know, this whole video is about seeing my reaction towards the book. I don't want you guys thinking like I hated this girl's reaction. Like, I mean, not that you guys are thinking that way. You guys are just like amazing and you've shown me nothing but love. But what if like someone who hasn't subscribed yet watches this video? I don't want them thinking that I'm just like a mean person. I'm not a mean person. I love making these raw type of videos because you get to see another side of me besides like doing my makeup and making a video look cool, aesthetic. These are just like the type of videos where you actually get to know who I am and you get to learn so much about me. And there's like so much that I want to tell you guys about me and who I am as a person, but I feel like it should just come out naturally through my videos, you know, like actions speak louder than words. Who would want to hurt Matthias? That's my question. Probably that enemy. What's his name? It starts with a C. I think Cheyenne or even Thomas. So it might be Thomas, guys, after all. I mean, it makes sense too because Thomas literally replaced him. Let's just say Thomas needs to go to therapy. No way, they just added United States into the book. Ah, that's so cool. United States of America, in God we trust, $quarter. Where did you find this? Mom asked. In the southern swamplands. See the name? United States. It was real. Of course it is real. That's a dangerous thing to own. Give it to one of the boys, maybe as a locket. Thank you for giving it back to me. I can't stop thinking about that. The next chapter goes, we're almost done. What? The flickering just stopped. What was causing it? The reason why I'm wearing this beanie is because it's literally brick outside. As New Yorkers say, it's brick outside. Like, sincerely, you guys are my besties. Every time I talk to you guys in my community, like, I literally cry. So I said, would you be interested in seeing a full reading vlog? You guys voted 100%. So June is talking about Day here, and she says, I'd once been fascinated by his legend. No, because I'm really like, I'm worried about my girl Tess in here. Is she doing good? Is she eating? It just got interesting. Turns out Matthias's journal entries had secret codes. And so she put all the letters together to see like what it would form, and it's a website. And so now she's accessing that website, and there's like hidden entries and stuff. I wish you were older though, because I can't quite bring myself to tell a 15-year-old girl what I found, especially when you should be celebrating. So they are infecting humans with viruses, and it's from the meat from the factories. Then they develop an equivalent vaccine and cure for it. And then they hand out mandatory vaccinations to everyone but a few slum sectors. They pump that virus into the slum sectors through a system of underground pipes. Matthias said, our own people are lab rats. Dad worked in those labs, and when he tried to quit, they killed him. And Mom. He said Thomas knows. He knows what I suspect, that I think the government may have killed your parents intentionally. Thomas killed him.
So my sister, she prayed for me to pass the test, and guess what? I passed!
You passed the test? You passed the trial? What was your score? Now my sister's saying she passed the test, like if she took the trial. Little change in the wardrobe here. Basically, my mom just brought this new hat. I'm wearing like a bun, so it doesn't look the greatest. Guys, I know you're looking at me like I'm some crazy woman. I want to be one of those cute, vintage, minimalistic, edgy girls. In reality, my style will always be Adam Sandler. She shatters the glass. She's like, I'm a prodigy who knows the truth, and I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to help Day escape. Let's go! Why is this gonna end? The next book is Prodigy. I get why it's called Prodigy now. I only have a few pages left. I'm sad, but I shouldn't be sad because we have a whole series. Let's go break some prison. I tried to break out of my prison tonight. This is how it happens. Literally, the next line. I can't lie about this, and I hadn't even started reading yet. Isn't that so funny? My sister turned the LED lights on, so now I look blue. June goes back to Lake. I'm out here thinking she's gonna go back to Lake to check on Tess, but she's actually like recruiting a team to save Day, and she's looking for Cade. And obviously she has like a little beef with Cade. And anyways, we just found Tess basically, and she's with Cade. And she's like, Tess? Tess must have joined the Patriots. I didn't even think about that. I thought actually when they were showing the slideshow that Tess was going to be one of the Patriots, and that was the person that Day was going to recognize. But no, it was Cade. Tess is the medic for the Patriots. Oh my gosh. So the book just foreshadowed that John is going to die. So the chapter ends with Day saying that he's not a superstitious person, but he has a horrible feeling that in some way the dream will come true. The chapter lingers on the last line of his dream where it says, I would rather die than see them hurt you, which is what John said to Day, because John was scared that the police officer was going to kill Day. Just went and got 3 gumballs because I'm stressed, and this book is getting good. I finished reading June's chapter. Basically, Thomas goes and visits her, asks where she was. They changed Day's execution to today. Like, not actually today, but in the book, it's today. And it was originally set for tomorrow, so all her plans got ruined. She has to change her whole plans. I'm crying. They got to see John for, like, one last time. I'm hoping... That's why I'm doing quotation marks. And John is just like such a good brother. And I'm so scared because he just foreshadowed that John's gonna die. You know, when they have that last encounter, that last conversation, it just hits different. June's under investigation. They find her sus. The Patriots showed up right when Thomas found June to be guilty for stealing an electro bomb. I was like, what's about to happen to my girl June over here? I let my hair down because it's about to get good. The book's about to end.
Stops in the center of the yard. Day. It didn't go according to my plan. The image of John's lifeless body displayed on the jumbotron makes me lightheaded. I take a deep breath.
Finished! Oh my gosh, I love how it ended. It gave me the Divergent feel because at the end of the film, Tris and Fleur are heading somewhere in an unknown destination on the train. Same kind of feel, except they're looking at the rain. Day explains how he got his name. They share this cute bonding moment. I do still have lots of questions though. They're heading right now to Vegas to find Tess. That's their next mission. So we know that John took Day's place, which is so sad. We find out that Day got his name because there's 24 hours in a day. Each day is a new day to start over and start fresh. I really want June to get a nickname now. Unless June is her nickname. I don't think so. I am curious as to what's gonna happen with Eden. I love it. I actually do love it. It reminds me so much of Divergent. And I'm so excited. I will definitely continue this series. I'm probably gonna be thinking about this book for the rest of the week. Probably longer. You literally saw me react to this book. You literally saw all my thoughts. I'm in shock. Like, I want to protect this. I need this to be a movie. Is it gonna be a movie? So it's in development. They're saying that they won't get a movie for now, but it could become a TV show. I think a TV show will work too because the Inheritance games, the series is going to be a TV show. As of now, that book is 5 out of 5 stars. I feel like every dystopian book is like so good. Maybe it's because I've been reading really good dystopians because I am a picky reader. I don't think that I would just give any dystopian book 5 out of 5 stars. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very picky and it has to have that dystopian feel because dystopian is my genre and I love dystopian. If you're wondering what audiobook I listen to, it's Mr. McCarthy's Reads. And I love how he says, the end. Woohoo! We finished the book. Thank you guys for recommending. I am so happy if you made it to the end. Thank you guys for watching the video. I think I'm gonna end it here because I don't want it to be too long. See you in my next reading vlog or next video. Bye!